Hey guys, so this is being recorded today. We're taking a slightly different approach. Obviously going to give it some time to let everyone come in, and we're waiting for Scott as well from Heroes Token. So we've probably got, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes where nothing really is going to be happening, which is a bit of a drag because it records from the beginning. So I don't know, I'm going to try and find something interesting to entertain people with while we wait for everybody to turn up. So we can do it several different ways. I'm just making a cup of tea right now, so I need to get my caffeine here. Is there anybody here who'd like to come up and just have a chat with me? I'll tell you what, I'm really big into comedy, and I've just recently seen this profile called Willis Wadrick, and I have to say Monty Python is up there with the all-time best comedy in the world, right? So I'm going to invite Willis Wadrick up to talk. So let's just invite you up. I'm hoping that you can come up and we could just recite some scenes from Monty Python, because I think that'll entertain people. I think I actually said, I saw one of your posts and I actually put on there, so basically, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's like a spoof of Julius Caesar, I guess, but he has a lisp, and so he can't pronounce an R, so that's why he says Willis Wadrick, and then it's just silly humor, really, but it tickles my fancy. I have to admit, I do particularly like Monty Python. Come on, Willis Wadrick, come up and talk to me while we wait for people. Come on. I've invited you. Have we got Heroes here? Hey, Scott, I'm just sending you a co-host invite. I'm assuming that's you on the official Heroes profile there. Getting a few people in now. If anybody hasn't already done this, right, I'm about to pin a post to the top here. If you want to have a chance of winning either some ETH or some BNB or some Heroes token or an NFT, then you need to have, there we go, I've just pinned it to the top. It'll probably take a few minutes to appear. It's a bit slow like that, but anyway, in a moment at the top there will be a link. You will also find it pinned to the top of my profile. If you haven't already shared it, please go ahead and do that now. In fact, do you know what, to try and trick Twitter's algorithm, you can even click through to that post and click the retweet button again so that it unretweets it, and then just retweet it again, and that will get it back going into people's feeds, and more people will see this. The more people that see it, the better, because what Scott has said is the amount that he gives away today is dependent on the amount of people we get in the spaces. So the more people in the spaces tonight, the more you have a chance of winning, or in terms of the more you could potentially win. So there's 4 prizes going out. There's a little bit of ETH, a little bit of BNB, a little bit of Heroes token, and an NFT. So potentially 4 people here are going to win. However, Scott has very generously said that if we get a lot of people in the spaces tonight, which I really hope we do, because this is the first spaces that I've done for about 4 months now. It's been quite some time. I've actually been working on a couple of other Web3 projects that are going quite nicely, but I've kept them separate from NFTPeel, and now I'm back. I want to give NFTPeel the attention it deserves, because I had a lot of loyal followers, and I hope everybody here is doing fantastic. Anyone, for example, let's look at what we've got. Do you know what? I'm terrible with names, so yeah, we've got some people here. I'm just going to say welcome back, everyone. Does anybody want to come up and talk? In fact, Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you very much. So where do you want to start? Do you want to just give it a few more minutes? I've sent out some invites. I'm hoping some people might be just a little bit late in. So do you want to kick off, and we'll just start in about 5 minutes? We can just have a bit of loose chat right now. You got any jokes for us?
Yeah, we give it I would say give it till 5 after. Let people get in.
Yeah.
I know we've been pushing this, and so our community just needs a little bit of time to migrate in here.
Sounds good to me. No problem at all. Does anybody got any good jokes recently? Anyone? Scott, you know any good jokes? Let's kick it off with a bit of humour.
Oh boy. Geez.
Put you on the spot.
The jokes that I've been sharing on Saturday nights are not relevant for this time of day.
Fair enough.
um, yeah, so I don't have anything off the top of my head. If I think of something, I'll definitely bring it up.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit stuck. I haven't got any good jokes that I can tell on here, really. It's being recorded, so yeah, I probably should keep it. Make sure it stays a family show, right? Scott, is this Willis Roderick? Is he one of your community members? Because I'm just intrigued. There's a profile here called Willis Roderick, and it just really did tickle my fancy when I saw it. I thought it was hilarious. I saw one of his posts, and I couldn't help but comment on it. And I see that there's a lot of stuff being shared from Heroes here. I'm just wondering, do you know who it is?
Yeah, he's actually one of our community members.
Cool.
He's been in our Telegram and keeping everything active. So yeah, we definitely appreciate him. But yeah, I'm a Monty Python fan myself. There's just so much great humor there.
You can't beat it, right? I do. I think the two best one, obviously, Life of Brian is the best one. That's where Willis Roderick comes from. But the other one is the Holy Grail. Absolute genius and timeless as well. In fact, they were so ahead of their time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That movie's great. I still watch it. I don't know. I probably watch it 3-4 times a year because it just never gets old.
The jokes, they're timeless. You can laugh at them over and over and over. In fact, that particular scene where he is saying Willis Roderick, he's got what did he say? He has a sister, was it incontinentia buttocks? Just silly humor, right? But anyway, I'm sure someone else could do it a bit better than me. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? We've got a request here from someone. That's you. Did you get rugged, Scott? Scott, are you there? You're muted. Nope. I'll tell you what. I've got a friend.
Yep,
here.
I'm here.
You're back again. All right.
Yeah. No, I love the Monty Python's. It is but a flesh wound. Come back here, coward.
Yeah. I'll bite your kneecaps off. That's the Black Knight, isn't it? Yeah. Brilliant. Love that one. The shrubbery. What's that? That is Holy Grail as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a Holy Grail. And the knights that say "yet."
I think originally they said "knee," didn't they?
Oh, I'm sorry, knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I forgot.
We are no longer the knights that say "knee." I can't actually remember what it is that they say. It's something crazy like itchy, wishy, nicky. I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, it's great sketch. And of course, one of my favourite sketches of all time is when they're in that palace and what is it? No, it's not a palace. It's like it's in a castle and it's just women there, isn't it? And they're like nymphomaniacs. And he's like, no, his friend comes to save him. And he's like, no, I don't need saving. It's like, yes, you're in terrible peril. No, I can handle this. I can handle this.
Yeah, that was that was great. Yes, we all need a good spanking.
That is the one. Brilliant. So I see there's a few people in here. Did you want to kick off? It's totally up to you. We can hang around and I can send some more invites out.
Well, it is recorded, so let's kick it off. And everyone that's in the space, why don't you go ahead and retweet it, share with all your Telegram communities as well as on Twitter, and see how many people we can get in here.
So at the top here is a link. Is there any links you want to share, Scott? Because you can actually go to your feed and you can share some links in here as well if you wanted. Do you know how to do that?
I do.
Yeah, yep. Super. Share any links you want. But the link that's up there now, that's the crypto giveaway. So if you want to have a chance of winning, then you need to have quote tweeted that, and you need to put in the quote that which crypto you want to win. We haven't said anything about how we're going to choose the winner for the NFT. We've only said about the crypto. So I don't know. We'll figure something out towards the end. What NFTs were you thinking of giving away, or what NFT? Was it a Series 1 from the Heroes collection?
So it will be a Series 1, and I think we'll get into our NFT collection that we have coming up and how important that Series 1 is going to be for anybody who would like to get in early. So it is definitely going to have some value. So yeah, it'll be a series one. I'm not sure which one. It might be one of the animated ones, just possibly. We'll see. Um,
This
but
is
yeah,
what we're going to talk about shortly, Scott. But the new collection that you're about to release, what you're going to do is you're going to airdrop one per wallet for all of the Series One holders. I believe. I know you're going to talk about that, but I just wanted to say that now, so everybody that's listening right now gets an idea of exactly how valuable that Series One NFT could possibly be very soon.
yep, absolutely. So yeah, listen in when we get to that part. We'll definitely go over what that means if you do hold a series one or if you win a series one. So yeah, definitely going to be electric.
Should we? Why don't we kick off lightly? We'll move into this slowly. Like first thing I want to talk about is so in the post that I've put up for the competition. So the link is at the top there, guys. If you check that out, there's a video. Okay. Now, Scott, can you tell us about this video, please? Because I particularly like it. I think it's great. I asked you who made it because I was hoping to try and get something done along not similar lines, but I just like the animation and the way it's created. So but why don't you tell us, forget about who made it or anything, but why don't you tell us, explain more about this storyline that you're portraying through this video? And I just want to remind everyone actually that there's only a snippet of this video because Twitter only allows you to put 45-second videos up. So I've put the first 45 seconds. I think it's actually roughly a minute and 45. So there's about a minute missing from this video. And in that minute, there was actually some key information. So what I'd urge you all to do, you can see there's a link there to the Discord server. Now, I believe, Scott, it's correct that in your Discord server, you actually have the full video. That's correct, isn't it?
That is correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we actually have two trailers up. We have the first one that you shared, and then the second one you can only find in the Discord. There will be one more video teaser that will come out before our actual mint, and that will kind of finalize that introduction to the League of the Lost. The whole idea that we have with our NFTs is our Series 1 NFTs are fantastic. I don't want to take anything away from them. They are 3D, in-game usable NFTs when we had created them. But when we had created them, we didn't have any kind of idea of how to do a successful NFT project. So we were putting out amazing pieces of artwork that had utility potentially, right? So with that, they didn't go over the way we had hoped they would go over. And since then, the team has been just racking our brains, doing all kinds of research. In fact, I was at NFT NYC to learn as much as I possibly could from all the successful projects that are in the space. And we also brought on a NFT artist, which was on one of the last AMAs we did with you. His name's Chad, and he
Awesome
created
guy.
our. Yeah, he's fantastic. He has, geez, 20 plus years in the arts. He owns his own. I guess you could call it a design firm. He is just an amazing artist and has very good experience with NFTs. So we had reached out to him to create our next series of NFTs, and he did. And, they were all fantastic, but they were running along lines of our series one. And with that, we, took a step back and we reevaluated what we were creating. And what we were creating was no different than what the series one was. It was just a new design, a new form of art. And, we felt like that wasn't enough. And I know it's not enough. So we had gone and done all this research. We realized that in order to have a successful NFT project, we have to build a culture around that. And the best way to do it is to get the consumer engulfed in the basis of the story, that they can create their own story around their character. All right. The best way to put it is think about like Comic-Con. People that get dressed up in full outfits that go with, dressed as characters that they can personally relate to and that, they associate themselves with. that is what we want to build with League of the Lost. We want to be able to create a collection of 2,000 unique NFTs that will be minted. They'll have different traits, different attributes, different rarities. Now, within that NFT, the holder's responsibility, if they choose to take it on, is to create their own backstory for their character. So what we've created was we created this introductory trailer that, and it's going to be a series of 3 that is kind of giving you the basis of what's going on so that the community can take that and run with it however they choose to. So if they can relate and they want to integrate some of their personal life experiences into the background of their character, they can do that. If they want to come up with, totally fictitious character of, maybe it's who they want to be, or maybe it's like their dark side, and they're like really good in the real world, just a goody two shoes, and then but deep down they want to be the bad guy, right? So it allows them to create their own story within their character and portray that within the community and participate in that aspect. So we are hoping that this is a worldwide effort. We want people from all over to kind of jump in and embrace this and run with it. And so the introductory video is introducing the Lost. So if you get a chance, go into our Discord, watch it, and you'll kind of get the basis of how the Lost, which is a planet, became the way it became, and why it became the way it became.
So this is what I wanted to ask you. Sorry to interrupt, because Scott, I really love storylines. I think when you have a story behind something, it brings so much more value to it. It creates like a bit of suspense, and it draws interest. It's not just an NFT collection that's a picture that you might make some money on. This is a whole community based around a story, and I think that that's a fantastic idea. So what I want to do is I want to try and get to the bottom of what the story is really about, because from the video that I've put up there that I've watched, and I was lucky enough to see the second one as well, which you've asked me, it hasn't been released yet, so I've had a sneak peek at it, and I think the story sounds fantastic, to be honest with you. So I'd like you to tell the people more about the story itself, because I really think it adds value to the entire collection. So what I've got from it, which you've just brushed on, there's a planet, and this planet is basically being guarded by the Sentinels, right? And there's no way off of the planet, so it becomes a bit of like a prison. Is that correct? Have I understood correctly?
Yeah, 100%. So essentially, it all falls to this organization within the universe called the Tide. All right, the Tide oversees everything, and they're kind of like the authority, and they have taken this planet that is hidden within the universe, and they had turned it into a prison where there's no interaction on the planet's surface. However, there is preventative measures for any type of escape from the planet. So what that means is anything on the planet has to be able to survive and interact with others on the planet, and they have to do pretty much the will of the Tide in order to survive and get the sustenance that they need to survive. So the Tide has this overall power over them, because if they choose not to participate, then they will not get what they need to continue to survive, because the interactions that the Tide has had with the planet has caused it to go from a Zion to essentially a desolate planet where it has minimal resources. So it once was able to sustain life very easily. The Sentinels blocked out the sunlight quite a bit, and it caused it to, just dry up and turn into just this dusty, mountainous planet. And with that, they need to be able to figure out a way to survive. So,
Sounds reminiscent. Sounds reminiscent of what the future of planet Earth is going to be. Maybe without the Sentinels, but we're depleting it of all its resources, and who knows? This is a reflection of our future, perhaps, if we don't do something, if we don't act act fairly fast. But really, what I actually interrupted you to say was, so if I'm understanding correctly, your NFT collection is not, it's not going to be just an NFT collection. There's going to be interactions that your NFTs can do with each other, and there's going to be some form of survival mechanism in place. So is it possible for one of your NFTs, let's say, because you mentioned them about being characters, so I'm feeling like there's going to be some form of a kind of role play game happening here, or maybe role play isn't the correct terminology, but something similar to that, in the sense where you're going to create a character, and that character will then have to perform tasks in order to perhaps either survive or do you want to correct me where I'm going wrong? Because I'm ad-libbing slightly here. So
Absolutely. So the idea is we set the story. For now, people create their own backstories. They, develop their NFT's personality, and then they fall into their own groups of people that will be their own factions within the Lost. Excuse me. Um, Now, this is all leading into the NFT marketplace that we have under development, which is required to eventually go into the play to earn and play to give game. And that is where this story really will take life. Is up until the game is produced, we want to have the communities interact with each other. We want to have them, build alliances. We want to have them create their backstories. We want them to just indulge themselves and consume themselves with this NFT and give them that outlet to share whatever that may be. But that also will lead up to the mint out of the Genesis will complete the NFT marketplace, which is the next step in order for us to move on to the play to earn and play to give game, where all this story that we're building is going to become reality. This is where it's going to actually take that NFT that you have and put it in the actual situation where you are interacting with others on a Web3 format that will ultimately be, survive or just sit idle. And, by what I mean by survive is if you participate, you will be able to grow and increase your NFT and the strength of your faction and dominate other factions. If you decide that, hey, you know what, I just like the artwork, I'm just going to get it and that's it. Well, that's fine too. But then, it's really a matter of the rarity of the NFT is what's going to play the value part in it, as well as the benefits that come along with the Genesis series. So that's going to be awesome as well. But we really want everyone to participate with the game that we are putting together, and that's what the storyline is leading into. So, yeah.
I love a good game, Scott. I really do. When I was young, I used to play this role-play game called Roll Master. It was like an advanced version of Dungeons and Dragons, and of course, in that you basically have a character that you would use to a set of or two D10s, which are 0 to 9s, and you'd make a series of rolls, and that would contribute to your statistics. So you'd have things like agility, strength, intuition, that type of stuff, and then you'd use these stats throughout the game to basically survive and to conquer and collect treasure and kill enemies, stuff like that. So am I getting the sense that that's kind of the way that this is going to be going, or perhaps is it more so with your normal PFPs, NFTs, you get a series of traits, and some are rarer than others. And of course, it's in everybody's interest, if you're going to buy one, to try and get the rarest ones because they normally go for the most. But I'm feeling like this is something that's quite unique in the sense that, are you going to be able to build those traits up? So these NFTs, they're going to have traits like strength, agility, etc. And as you perform actions, or perhaps as you upgrade them through potentially buying heroes token or something, I'm not quite sure, you have to explain that bit, but are you going to be able to develop these traits? So you could start off with just your average like a floor price NFT, and through your efforts, in integrating into this world that you're creating, you could develop your NFT so it could actually become the rarest. Hypothetically, let's say you worked on it tirelessly day and night. A couple of months down the line, you've worked harder than everyone else, so your NFT is actually now the rarest one because you've built the traits up. Am I wrong or right in that?
You are very, very close to 100% right. So one of the things that we have to be careful of, because we are a legal entity in the United States, is we either have to apply for a gaming license to do a play to earn type of traditional business model, or what we've come up with is through the gameplay, you will be able to build the stats up on your NFT. And as you build up those stats, it increases the value of the NFT. Therefore, you'll be able to take that NFT back to the marketplace and sell it at a higher value. And at that point in time, you'll be able to choose if you want to give a portion or all of it or none of it to the charity pool, where, we do community polled charity donations. So the idea is the game's free. All right. You buy the NFT, and once you have the NFT, then you can participate within the game. If you don't have an NFT and you want to participate in the game, you'll be able to use a standard, avatar that will be there, but you won't be able to build it up or, reap any rewards from it without the NFT. But the game is free. So whether you win or lose, your stats will increase throughout gameplay. Depending on how you interact, and we'll probably have some other aspects that will allow you to expand out to other areas of the Lost, and essentially grow your character to the absolute highest level that you can. And then, if you choose to sell it, you can. If you choose to keep it, you can do that as well and build up another one. Or if you get to the point where it's like, okay, well, I'm pretty happy with as far as I got. I'm going to sell this one. I'm going to buy 2 of the new mints, and go that way and start all over. But the whole idea here is we want the game to be based on skill. So it will be able to be played with a controller, and it will depend on the user to determine, the outcome of the game. Whereas a lot of games, if you're like build up stats just through playing and not winning, you may have a really stacked up character, but if you still don't understand how to play in the functions of the controller, then you still could lose, even if you're playing, someone that's well below your level. So that's our idea, is we want to have a lot of skill involved with it. We want it to be fun. We want it to be interactive, and it will allow us to have a lot of events that occur within the game, once it's out.
Scott, it feels like I'm really excited about this, because I must admit, I used to be a big gamer, and it's only I'm cracking on a bit. I'm 39 now, so I don't play games anymore. Sadly, I just don't have the time. Work life, family life. It's difficult to balance it out, and there's just no time for me to pick up a controller and play PlayStation or something. Although, don't get me wrong, I'd love to. But what I feel like is that you're bringing something back. I think the beauty of this is I'm gonna have to make time, because this is now work, right? So I'm gonna have to make time. That's my excuse now. I have to make time to play this game, which is fantastic for me, and I think it will work for a lot of other people as well. Because when you're talking about NFTs, a lot of people are doing NFTs because they're trying to make some money, and so when that argument comes up in home, is you're just wasting your time playing computer games. Now you can throw back to your wife or whoever it is that that's saying that to you. You can say, hey, look, this is work. I'm developing my character because this is going to make money, right? So it's a fantastic idea. And also, the other thing is, it's got this feel of World of Warcraft to it. And I know it's obviously this is space orientated and futuristic, and World of Warcraft is sort of in the past with orcs, etc., etc. But that's what I feel that you're bringing to the NFT world, and I'm really excited about it. I truly am. As I said before, I used to play this game called Rollmaster, and I was quite addicted to it. The addiction was I just wanted to build my character up. I wanted to make him stronger. I wanted to make him faster. And the idea behind behind doing this with NFTs, I just think is pure genius. I cannot wait to play it, Scott, honestly. So let's talk about a little bit more about the name itself. Like, can you tell us why you chose the name The Lost, and what it was that inspired you to call it The Lost?
So it's actually League of the Lost. And that kind of was something that we went back and forth on within the dev chat as far as what we should call it. We threw a lot of different names out there, a lot of different ideas. And, you know, the general style of our NFTs right now are in one type of format. And we didn't want to limit ourselves to that, because the whole idea here is and even with our website, it's hero-universe.com. So maybe in this section of the universe, there are this type of being, right? But eventually it will evolve to other types. So it's not going to be limited to one style or, humanoid figurine. But really, it came down to, we have a group that is within the Heroes community that has a private chat. They are our moderators and admins of all of our chats, and we call them the League. And I think it really boils down to all the support and the fantastic effort that those people have put into our project. It's almost a tribute to them. It's a group of, people that are working together, that are promoting our project. So, the League is really a dedication to them, as well as it also ties into the game with the ability to form your own factions. And, you're really all prisoners, but you have to be able to survive on your own. So you have to do that within your own, community. And, because you're being forced, you have to fight other communities for one reason or another. So that's what we came up with, the League. The Lost, that was really just tossing around different names. And it's like, the whole idea here is, this is going to be a planet that's hidden within the universe. Essentially, the faction that had found this planet and turned it into this prison, it has killed off everybody that knows the location of it, so that the only people that know the location of it is the tide. So therefore, the planet is lost. It's lost within the universe. Nobody knows where it is. There's only, I'm not going to get into it because it's going into the next teaser. But because no one knows where it is, we just thought that's a great name for the planet. So that's how we ended up coming up with League of the Lost, is, community effort, bonding together, and then, creating forces to, compete with others. And they're doing it on a planet that nobody knows where it's located, and that's the Lost.
I love the name anyway. I really do. I think the League. Sorry, I said it wrong at first. I just said the Lost. I knew it was the League of the Lost, of course. But so I particularly like the name. I like your explanation of how you found it as well. And there's a bit of information there that perhaps I should have already picked up from the second video. But I think you're now talking about so groups of people can team up together. So there could be different factions on this planet, right? Is that correct?
That is correct. And that is in that second teaser. It kind of goes into that. And that second teaser not only gives a sneak peek of a silhouette of what's coming with the first Genesis series, which, if you look in this chat, you'll see that a few of the devs in here are sporting, those silhouettes. We have them blacked out just to keep the mystery. But yeah, so it gives not only the silhouette of the NFTs that are coming, but of the next series that's going to drop too, if you pay attention to it. So it's kind of exciting, because they're all going to be slightly different, but just because they're different, like all of us, not any two of us are the same. So just because it's maybe a different, species, or a different, just appearance, doesn't mean that they can't team up with the Genesis, right? And the ones that come after that. So you could have a collaboration of various different NFT series that are forming a group together that are competing as a group against other groups.
So you were saying about the silhouettes that are blacked out there, just for anyone that's looking, if you want to scroll up to the top, actually it may be different on your screen. I'm seeing them on the second row, but there's Astroverdi, there's Heroes Queen, and there's Low Voltage. So they're obviously core developers within the Heroes project themselves, and they've all got the silhouettes there, so you can get a sneak peek of these NFTs and how the PFPs are going to look. But they look pretty cool. I can see Astroverdi's got some samurai swords there. Low Voltage has got some guns. I'm not sure what Heroes Queen has got, but I like the purple color there anyway. So excited to see what the finished versions are going to look like. Can you give us an idea on a timescale for this, please, Scott?
Yeah, so right now we're thinking mid to end September. The NFTs are all set. They're all ready to go. It is a collection of 2,000 generative NFTs. So they are randomly put together with their attributes through the contract. And, even we don't know essentially what they're going to look like, with the exception of the 5 devs. And, one of the things that Heroes Queen is sporting is a crown, which unfortunately she will be the only one in this collection that has a crown. So,
I see it there. I see it. It's slightly angled to the left, isn't it? I see it there. What's on the top? So there's a crown that's slightly angled to the left, and then there's something above that in the center that I'm probably completely wrong. It looks like some form of plume, but that's on all of them. So, like when you get like a knight's helmet that has like a plume coming out the top, is that what it is?
Maybe. I'm not going to give that away, because if I give that away, it'll give more away. So, yeah, but the thing is, Chad had put this together, and this was one of the originals. So when we had Chad create the Series 2 NFTs, he created 10 separate NFTs for us with 5 different variations of each of them, right? And this is one of those 10, but now we're taking it, and this whole Genesis series will be a collection of 2,000 variations of that one NFT. So that's essentially how we're breaking it down.
It's standard practice for this type of generative artwork. It's one thing I'm interested to know is how many different traits do you have?
Oh boy, Chad's not here.
Okay, no worries.
I don't know if
we can cover that another time.
Yeah, we can hit that up another time. I know there's a lot, and I know with each of the dev NFTs, they all have different traits. So you could have a mixed match of any of those, but that's not all of them. So I don't know offhand how many traits there are, but there's quite a few.
So one other thing I want to cover quickly is about the Series 1 NFTs, because I really loved them. I mean, we had you on the show quite some time ago. It was towards the beginning, I don't know, maybe December or January time, around about then. But and I really liked the artwork that happened with the Series 1. And what basically the key point to this is that everybody that holds a Series 1 is going to get airdropped and it's 1 per wallet. So if you're holding multiple Series 1s, then you'll only get one of the legacy collection that's coming out per wallet. But the pricing, so what is going to be your mint price? Have you decided that for this new collection?
So our mint price is, we're going to keep it at as close to $100 as we possibly can. The thing is, ETH is so volatile right now that we don't want it to, set a ETH value and then all of a sudden ETH spikes the night before we do our mint, right? So no matter what, we're going to try and keep the mint price at $100 US. So whatever that turns out to be in ETH at the time of mint.
Okay. So right now you're looking at 0.07 or 0.076, roughly around about that price if you were minting today. But just in case anyone didn't get that, so basically the day before the mint, you'll take a look at the price of ETH and then you'll adjust the mint price so that it's going to be $100 roughly. That's
correct. So if ETH goes up in value, the value in ETH will go down for the NFTs. We don't feel like we feel like that's the magic number. especially for a collection like this that has the benefits that it has. And we haven't even really gotten into that. But going back to the Series 1, you're right. They are all magnificent pieces of artwork. And if you hold a Series 1, you will get to keep that indefinitely. But when we do the snapshot of all the holders for Series 1, any remaining Series 1 that the project still holds are going to get burned, which means that the limited availability of the Series 1 will diminish substantially. And then with that, you can do whatever you want with it. You can keep it, you can sell it, uh, you know, who knows? Maybe it'll go up in value substantially once we do that burn. But that will guarantee you a Genesis NFT airdropped directly to your wallet. And then the Genesis, for anybody that does buy one, will guarantee that you get a NFT airdrop to your wallet from every collection that follows. So I did say we have 10 separate NFTs that will be the collections that follow. So you're guaranteed at least 10 on top of that Genesis. So that value of $100 is super cheap because it comes out to 10 an NFT if you hold it for that long, which is fantastic.
It's basically, if anyone's listening and struggling to follow, it's essentially it's better than a free mint, because you buy one, you get airdropped more, and if you choose to flip those, that's up to you. If you choose to hold them, of course, that's up to you. But I'm now starting to think that so I've got a few of the Series 1s. I think that actually going forward into the future, they're going to go up in value, because obviously as the project becomes better known, people will look back to see what else they've done. However, on the flip side, what I would suggest to anyone right now is basically, if you don't have a Series 1 already, I would definitely get one, because it's like an early buy-in to everything that Scott is going to be doing in the future. So, I really think not only do you get a fantastic piece of artwork, but you also get this early ticket, if you want to look at it like that. And why I say it's better than a free mint is because, the free mint requires some effort. You've actually got to go and connect your wallet to a website to collect that free mint. And so, this, you don't have to do anything. You're just going to get it dropped in your wallet.
That's right. And, the other thing with that is we're not whitelisting anything. So, once the NFTs they drop, it is open game for first come, first serve. So the only way you can guarantee a Genesis is to buy a Series 1. And like I said, we will, announce when we're going to do the snapshot of the Series 1 holders. And once we make that announcement, any of the available ones will get burned. They'll just go away, so you won't be able to buy them after that.
So I'm not sure if that was just me getting confused there, but you said only the Series 1 holders will be able to get the Genesis. Did I misunderstand or mishear it? So basically, you can't get a Genesis unless you own a Series 1.
That is not correct.
Right.
So the Genesis is a collection of 650. Or not Genesis, Series 1. The Genesis is a collection of 2,000, okay? So what that means is if you bought a Series 1 and held it in your wallet, that guarantees you a Genesis NFT no matter what. All right.
Sure. So you don't have to worry about missing the mint, for example, if you, I don't know, you might be asleep, or you might, or maybe actually I have been involved in a mint where by the time you've got your ETH across because I tend to use different wallets just for safety's sake. So if I ever get hacked on one particular wallet, or if I ever make a mistake and connect to a dodgy site, I'm only going to lose what's in that one particular wallet. That's just a method that I use. Obviously, take it or leave it. If you like that method, use it. If not, fine. But that's the method I use. So what I'm trying to go here with is that I'm going to get airdropped one of these Genesis NFTs to the wallet that I've got my Series 1 NFT in, right? That's correct, yeah?
Yep, that is right.
Okay, trying to make it as simple as possible, because it's even for me sometimes I need it to be laid out very plain and simply. So if I sound like I'm making it too simple, please forgive me. I just think it's the best way to do things. If you want to explain some more about the Genesis collection, you don't know what the traits are, I guess. So what other things do you want to tell us about this, Scott?
I don't know what the traits are off the top of my head, but I just had Megan came out and she's like, there are 5,832 possible outcomes within a 2,000 mint collection. So think about that. There's going to be 5,832 variations of the NFT that could possibly come out. Now, there's only a mint of 2,000, so you're going to have some that have a lot more than others, which will, of course, change the rarity of that NFT. Um,
Is there anything that you're going to put into the contract so that, because I'm just hypothetically thinking off the top of my head, like the rarest ones could never be minted, for example. So is there anything you're putting into the contract to try and extrapolate, or to get the rarest ones to come out, even though, because if you see, like, over half of them won't come out, will they? So I'm just wondering, in that mix of the half, statistically, I'm sure there's going to be some rare ones that never come out. Is there something that you're going to try and do to make sure that you get a lot of the rare ones out, or is it not something you've looked at, something you might look at now? I've suggested it, or what's the deal with that, Scott?
Nope, we are all over it. So there's going to be a few traits that I know are super rare. One of them is going to be diamond skin. So the skin is actually has a sparkle to it. As I understand it, there will only be 7 in the Genesis collection that has that trait. So that is going to be one of the rare traits. I only know that because that's what I remembered from what Chad was sharing. But no, the super rare traits are guaranteed to get into the collection. But what may change is, some may have, blue eyes, some may have red eyes, some may have mixed matched eyes, some may have, different color uniforms, some may have different types of weapons or mixed match weapons. So the possibilities are there could be a possible 8,000 or 5,832 possible variations, but the majority of them will have multiple traits within them to fit in the 2,000 collection. So all the traits that are available will be in the collection. It's just a matter of how they're mixed together. And I know Chad wrote the contract for the generation of the NFTs, and I'm not sure how he incorporated that, but yeah, it's the guy. Like I said, the guy knows what he's doing. I don't question it. He's actually run the generation 3 times now to test it to make sure that it works, and every time there's like amazing NFTs and I would say the majority of them are pretty freaking cool, with how it generates and mixes and matches all these different traits.
Well, I'm in love with the project so far. You've really sold it to me brilliantly, but obviously I was lucky enough to get a good length of time talking to you on the phone about it. So these spaces, they don't go on forever, and we've got to try and cram as much information in as possible without bamboozling people, because too much information can sometimes, confuse or distract or lose people along the way. So I'm trying to figure out what the most important bits of information that we need to get out there in this recording is. But one of the things that I want to say is that obviously I've been involved in a few different communities, and one of the things that really worked well with one of the communities that I was part of was doing space raids. So basically, obviously, once you bought your NFT, you wear it proudly as your profile picture, and then it's kind of a case of, because everybody that owns one of these NFTs are in it for a similar thing, right? We all hope to purchase an NFT that will go up in value, that we could make some money from. A lot of the time, some people do buy them because they really like the artwork, but generally, we're in a game where we're hoping to make some money. So one way to do that is for the community to be very, very strong and together. And so these things called space raids were basically large groups of people that all have the same PFP would all join a space at the same time, and then all of you would sort of request to speak, and because there's so many of you, normally one or multiple of you would get a chance to speak, and then you would promote the actual NFT collection within one of these other spaces, and then once you've done your promotion, you try and connect with as many people, and then the whole group would then jump out and jump into a new space. Is this something that you're planning on doing, Scott? Because I just think it's a a really good way of marketing. And I'm just wondering if that's not what you're planning on doing. Could you tell the people a little bit more about what your marketing strategy is?
Sure. So, that is definitely going to be a possibility. We do hold Thursday night spaces where we bring in other communities and other projects to introduce to the Heroes community. And we do this for a couple of reasons. One is that we get to share our project with a new community. Two, they get to share their project with our community. What the community does with that information is totally up to them. But, it's always awesome when you come into our Thursday night and you see that Heroes logo and it's plastered, throughout the entire people that are listening to the space. We love it. Last night we were in the talent show that was held by Jigsaw. Same thing. You scrolled down and you knew, who the Heroes community was because they were sporting the Heroes logo. So yes, that is definitely something that we will do. I try to get in as many different spaces as I can. I don't like to take over a space that, isn't open to, having other projects speak, but I definitely like going in there and, contributing to their conversation. And if the majority of the people in there have the same PFP, it always brings up that, that question, what's Heroes token, or, what's that PFP you're sporting, right? And it opens up that conversation that we can now talk about it. So yeah, that is one aspect that we are going to go with. We actually have a pretty in-depth marketing strategy coming up with the other elements of the project as well. So not only do we have the League of the Lost coming, but we also have our apparition products coming, which are not going to be necessarily marketed to the crypto space. They're going to be marketed to the real world. They're products that anybody can utilize to promote themselves, their business, and whatever manner they see fit. And it's going to be just a different strategy for a crypto project. And by doing that, what we're hoping is that those people will look into who created these things and find out that, hey, it's a crypto project that created it. And then it opens the doors to us having conversations on what crypto is, what we are, our NFTs, and it just leads down a good introductory path that could potentially bring in new investors, as well as, our token and the benefits that has on its own. So yeah, we have a couple of different ideas for marketing. Raids, definitely, that's something that we'll do once the mint happens. Right now, we're focusing on apparition because that's the next thing that's coming out, and that's going to be early September. As of right now, the iOS app is completed. We're waiting on the Android app to get the final code right so that it uses the phone's functions as needed. Once that's ready, all the products are here. They're all in my living room. They're ready to ship. So
Scott, I think we've jumped forward a little bit. I'm sure that people are scratching their heads unless they already know about this. So what Scott's talking about is he's created an NFC, which is a near field communication device. So the idea is it's similar to Linktree, only you're just going to literally swipe your phone next to somebody else's phone, and boom, the Linktree will appear. So Scott's going to tell you a lot more about that. But what I want to do is, if he's kind enough, I just want to delay that for a second, because one other question that I've got, which I think is really, really valid to the whole Heroes eco structure, is how is Heroes token going to play party in the League of the Lost? Can you just explain? So I'm, off the top of my head, I'm thinking perhaps there's upgrades that you can only buy with the Heroes token, or are you going to mint it out and make it so that people have to buy? So you have to buy the NFTs with hero tokens, or how is it going to feed back into Heroes and help push the market cap up to increase the value for all the shareholders in Heroes?
yes. So what the mint on the NFT project will accomplish is it will allow the NFT marketplace to be completed. Along with that, it will allow us to implement the treasury that we are working with Brew Labs to get done. Now, what a treasury does is it takes a portion of whatever the token, the NFT, the marketplace, whatever we want it to take a portion of, and it automatically does Heroes token buybacks. So what that means is no matter what the market is doing, if there's transactions happening on the NFT marketplace, a percentage of that transaction will go to the treasury. The treasury will automatically buy Heroes, increasing the value of Heroes because there'll be more holders and holding those. Now, what we're going to do with those is we're just going to let them sit there. We may need them for our in-token staking and staking pools for our token. We may need them to launch on a CEX. But the point is, the treasury will always buy, and that will get implemented at the mint out of the NFT collection. So that doesn't really tie in directly to the NFT itself, and it's not designed to. It's designed to tie into the ecosystem of the entire project. So we are Heroes Token LLC. All right, we have this banner that is kind of over top of these other things, whether it is the token itself, the charity aspect, the apparition products, or the NFTs. It all falls under that. And the way all this stuff will work is it will all tie together and benefit not only have its own benefits for like the NFTs, but it will also benefit the token holders as well with, like I said, the treasury. Also with the mint out, it will allow us to do some buybacks, which will help keep the chart moving as well, and hopefully allow people to take some profits or not, or hold, collect staking rewards just for holding. But either way, we are funneling some of the funds from the mint into something that will actually benefit the project as a whole. And with that, that allows us to go on to that next step, which, like I said, NFT marketplace is key in order to get to the game. Once the game arrives, who knows? I mean, maybe at that point in time, we figure out or we can get around the loophole of the SEC and the security aspect of a token. Right now, we cannot actually put a value on a token. No project can. It has to be all utility, right? Unless you're filed with the SEC and you are registered with them as a security. So, really with that, it all ties back to how can we implement that into maybe the game. It's a possibility that when that time comes, there'll be a little bit more openness on the regulation that will allow us to figure a way out to do that. But yeah, I mean, really, if you're a token holder, this mint out is beneficial to you. If you're not a token holder, if you're an NFT collector, this mint out is beneficial to you. And how is it beneficial? It gets you continuous NFTs just airdropped right to your wallet. It gets you, early access to developments within the League of the Lost. It gets you additional storylines that go with that. It gets you early access and beta testing, especially with the genesis of the game when we get the beta completed. It will give you the ability to request and work directly with Heroes Queen on a custom one-of-one piece of merchandise where, if you're familiar with Darren from Destination DeFi, we had done this with him. He has a unique one-of-one Heroes token hoodie that is not for sale to anybody else. And that kind of gave us the idea to do that with our NFTs. If you're artistic and you have the ability to be very creative, you can work with Chad and create a custom one-of-one NFT that we'll put out there on our collection, and the proceeds will be split 50-50 with you. You'll be allowed access to a Genesis chat, as well as we are planning being part of a conference coming up next year, and we're hoping that if everything goes well, that'll happen. And if it does, there'll be special benefits to people that hold them and an event that may take place at that conference. So, there are benefits to the NFT itself. The other thing is the attributes, the uniqueness, the rarity, and once they're all minted, it's the floor price that we're all watching. And by a mint out, that will allow us to have not only funds to dump back into the token, but also to sweep the floor on the NFTs if we need to. And in turn, Heroes will also look at the NFTs, and maybe the NFT aspect of it doesn't have the funds, but the project does. Maybe Heroes token will sweep the floor to bring the value up, and then do special giveaways for those NFTs, or who knows. I mean, but there is value whether you look at it as an NFT collector, a token collector, or both, right? So that's the whole idea, is everything kind of revolves around our ecosystem and returns back to Heroes Token LLC, and everything goes back to our source, or our original obligation of benefiting worldwide charity. So every aspect of our project has a portion that goes to the charity wallet that the community gets to pull for future donations. But yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of thought, a lot of figuring. But as far as advertising, there's different ways, and we're finding that doing spaces like this with different communities, and finding different people that we can partner up with. And I say partner up loosely. It's more of a collaboration that it benefits not only them, but us as well.
It sounds like a great idea, Scott. Honestly, everything you're doing it puts my mind at rest. I still see the potential in Heroes Token.
Did I rug? Or did you rug?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think my mic was off there. What a mistake. Schoolboy error. So anyway, if you can hear me now, what I was saying is that I think the idea is fantastic. A proportion of the mint is going to go to the treasury. You're going to use the treasury to do buybacks, to buy the tokens, which essentially increases the market cap. And then in theory, you're saying you probably won't sell them unless something crops up in the future that you need to, like a reinvestment. So I think the whole idea behind it's fantastic. So let's move on, because the time just flies by. Like, it's been an hour now. I don't know where the hour's gone. So I know there's a couple of things you wanted to talk about that I haven't. So first of all is the apparition, which is your NFC, right? But before we do that, the first thing on the list that you asked me to talk about was the in-token staking. So why don't we just cover the in-token staking? We've gone over League of the Lost sort of briefly. Then we'll do a bit about apparition. You can tell us a bit about how it all works together, and then we can wrap it up and pick some winners, because I know that you've got another AMA tonight with Destination DeFi, right? So if anybody here doesn't know about them, they're similar. They're a similar channel to NFTPeel. I believe that they do it all on YouTube. So later on, when is that? That's in about an hour, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah, it's at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so really, you are limited for time now. So let's try and crack on, but try and cover the key points. So in token staking, go.
So, yeah. So one thing that a lot of people don't realize is we've built staking right into our token contract. So it requires no additional effort from our holders. All you have to do is acquire your tokens, whether you're buying on PancakeSwap or Uniswap. Once you make that initial transaction, the in-token staking starts, and 90 days later, it will automatically airdrop you 12% of your minimum holdings during that 90 days. Right to your wallet. So, with that, there's no connecting to a third-party staking pool. There's no paying to get your staking rewards out. It's seamless. Once you acquire your tokens, 90 days later, you get the airdrop of your staking rewards. And along that 90-day period, you also get to reap the benefit of a 1% reflection of all transactions. So the longer you hold, the bigger your bag will get. I just wanted to make that clear because we have people that come up to us and ask us how do they stake their tokens, not realizing that once they made their purchase, they're already staking. It's seamless. There's no additional effort needed. It just happens.
Okay, so the next thing then is the apparition. I think this is a really, really interesting. So you sort of jumped into it a little while ago. It's the NFC, right? So let's cover this. Let's tell people just how fantastic this is going to be, because I can't wait to get one myself, to be honest with you. So tell the others, because when you told me, I was just like in awe. I was like, this is the best idea I've ever heard. So it's essentially, I'm not even going to try and explain it. I want you to explain it.
All right, so let's start out with the app that we're developing. So the app is essentially going to be a competitor to Linktree, if you will. It will allow you to put up any and all information that you choose to put on there to share with anybody that you'd like. You will get your own URL as well as your own QR code within the app, as well as if you meet somebody else, the app will actually collect and store your contacts that you choose that you want to store. So for networking, it's going to be a little bit of a step above what you're going to have with Linktree. Now, with all that in mind, what you also get is you get the capability to take your mobile device and write the NFC tags that we have created. We have, I think it's 7 different products that are all branded HEROS, as well as we can do one-off custom business cards with whatever you want on it printed as well. And with these items, you can actually take your device, take that information on there, and write it right to the product. Okay, once you have it written to that product, it can actually be scanned by any mobile device, iPhone 6 or newer. They all have the capability. All you do is you hold the tag underneath the phone, and it automatically populates. If you're on our Telegram, I know Corey had posted a video of one of the apparition tags that his wife has on her fingernail, and it just automatically brings up his apparition. And his page that has all the information that he wants to share on it. So it's pretty cool. It eliminates the need for handing physical items back and forth, whether it's a business card, pamphlet, piece of paper, whatever it may be, and makes it all digital. It also will have additional use depending on what you want to use it for. If you want, you could possibly put on, contact information and a home address and use it as a tag for your pet. So if your pet ever gets lost, whoever finds the animal can scan the tag and it will populate all your information so they know who to return the animal to. You can have it automatically populate a text where once that's scanned, it prompts the text box to come up on your phone with all the information already put in, and whatever dialogue you want to have put in there, that all the recipient has to do is hit send, and now you have their phone information if they want you to have it.
There's so many use cases I can already see for this, and what you said about the pets there is fantastic. I can see that this is going to go into I'm sure some people are going to find some really fantastic ways to use this. I'm sure there'll be some funny ways and some really clever ways as well. I'm thinking some funny ways right now, but so I really love the idea. The thing that you said about the pets there, that's a fantastic idea. The whole idea behind this is brilliant, because what you said to me on the phone is that it's going to be branded with HEROS. So, people who might not even be interested in crypto or NFTs possibly are going to buy one of these items because of the utility or the functionality that it has in the real world. And then by doing that, they're then going to be interested, well, who are HEROS token? And then they might be interested in coming into the whole NFT and crypto niche, which is in turn hopefully going to bring more investors in and more collectors. And in theory, if the first token or NFT collection they know about is from HEROS, then that's going to help everyone in our community. So I really think it's a great idea, Scott. I really, really do. And I can't wait to get one.
Yeah. And actually, I just pinned at the top there, just kind of like a little graphic that we have. But that is actually what the page would look like. if you choose to have it bring up your links. So if you click on that tweet that I have posted at the top, it'll actually play the video and show you once the card goes behind it, it automatically populates the information. The phone reads it automatically. But yeah, there's so many uses. There's potential medical uses. So in case of emergency, you can actually put, all your allergies on that tag and wear it as a bracelet, which is one of the products that we have that, EMTs can quickly just scan the tag and know that, hey, you're allergic to whatever, I don't know, whatever it may be. But we also have, a lot of people that, said that, with the restaurants with COVID, there was QR codes on table tents on the tables at restaurants where you scan the code and it brings up the restaurant's menu right on your phone. Well, this would be the same thing, but it would be, instead of having to scan the code and open up your camera, you just got to wave your phone over top of it and it automatically brings it up. It's just seamless. So that's what we're excited about. Is there's so many possible uses for it, and if anybody has a tap credit card where you just tap to pay, it's the same technology. It's just that's really the only place I've ever seen it utilized is in tap to pay, which you can do that here too. We have on the app the ability to connect. I believe it's PayPal, Venmo, and the Cash App, so that you can actually tap to pay with your apparition product. So lots of options, lots of possibilities, and once we get it out, we are going to continue to develop it and expand on it.
It's also just brought me to another fantastic idea, which I've been struggling to think how we are gonna choose who the winners are for this giveaway that we're doing. So what I now think will be fantastic is after the space ends, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a post, and it's going to contain the recording of this spaces. And what we're going to ask people to do is to put down an idea that you have. You can use an idea that we've already mentioned if you want, but we'd prefer you to put your own idea behind what this device could be used for. For example, Scott's just said about medical, so if you may be found unconscious somewhere and someone can quickly scan it and they can find out, if you're allergic to something, or perhaps if you're there could be a reason for your unconsciousness, whatever. So it's going to help people in a medical way. But what we want to do is try and think of some funny ones, because I've thought of some funny ones, and also try and think of some serious ones. But let's get this shared around, because we need more people to know about this. The more people that know about this, the more success it's going to have. The more success it has, the better Heroes token is going to do. And ultimately, I would imagine most people here are bag holders in Heroes token. If you're not a bag holder already, then I'd do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I definitely think that it's something that you should research well enough to lead you possibly into buying some. So the whole ethos behind what I'm trying to say here is after this space, what we're going to do is we're going to put up a post, and then we want you to share that post, retweet it, and put into the comments what you think would be a fantastic use for this NFC product. So that's how we're going to decide it. Also, we have promised to give some to the people that have joined the spaces. So I think what I'm going to say now is if we'll do two giveaways. So we'll do an NFT and some crypto in the post that I'm going to put up afterwards. So we'll do two giveaways in this actual spaces now, or not now, but just before the end. So the fairest way I can think of doing it is basically, if you request to speak, what I will do is screenshot it, and the first two people that request to speak, you're welcome to start now. The first two people that request to speak will be the winners. So fire away now. Just hit that request. Don't worry, I won't actually bring you up, so you don't need to worry about being embarrassed if you don't want to talk. But literally, send me a request right now. Okay, I've got one come through, so we need one more person, and then they are going to be the winners of 2 bags of cryptocurrency. We'll decide that in a while, and then we'll do the second giveaway on a post afterwards that's going to promote this NFC product. Scott, what else would you like to talk about? Because I know you're on
So,
a time limit, so I'll leave it up to you now to how much longer. I can stay the whole time. I've got no problem. I'm actually going to jump into your interview with
Darren,
Destination DeFi as well. I won't be able to talk, but I'm definitely going to be listening in. So if you want to take control of the next, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, whatever you want to tell people, now's your chance, Scott.
so I will say this. I want everyone to join our Telegram, join the Discord. If we're going to give you a bag of whatever ETH, BNB, Heroes token, or an NFT, you need to be part of our community. We want you in there. We want you to know more about us. And, after you're in for a week, if you don't like it, you can leave. But I guarantee you, if you join our Telegram, I don't think anybody's going to be leaving. We provide so much information. We do so much great things for the world and for the space by bringing, other projects to light as well as ourselves. And, we have a great community. And I think any addition to that would be fantastic. But so any of the winners that you chose tonight, or with the tweet that you're going to post later, if you're not in the Telegram or Discord, then we're not going to give you the winnings. So that's one of the requirements. But no, with that, I think really it all boils back to what we began this project with. We started with the idea of benefiting worldwide charity. That was our utility when we launched in November. And we had some great tokenomics that, yielded reflections, but we've come a long way since then. Not only have we continued our effort to benefit worldwide charity by contributing almost $50,000 to various organizations worldwide, but we also have built a boatload of utility within our project. And that utility doesn't end with just the token. That's the beginning. The in token staking and the reflections that you earn from just holding our token is just stellar. Everybody that is a holder looks forward for that next airdrop of staking rewards. But on top of that, we've worked and come up with a Series 1 NFT project that is fantastic artwork, but now we're evolving that to something that is bigger and better and kind of stands on its own. And we hope it stands on its own. We want to build a culture around the League of the Lost and have that just grow and create a life of its own, to have people come in and contribute, their themselves through their PFP or through their NFT. We feel like, that is what the Series 1 was missing. And with what we are building and the benefits, and I do encourage every one of you to go to our website, click on our white paper. It has all the details of League of the Lost. It has all the details of every aspect of our project. If there's anything you want to know about us, it is in that white paper. I'm not sure exactly what the length was increased to since we added League of the Lost and Apparition to it, but I think we're at 31 pages of information about what Heroes is, what we do, what we have done, and what we're going to continue to do. So we are fully transparent. Any question, nothing is off the table. We will answer it and be as direct as we possibly can. We also, feel like moving into the future, having a real world product will break down that barrier between NFTs, crypto, and the non-crypto user. If you go back to, the late 80s, mid 80s, into the 90s, and look at where the internet was at that point in time, right? People were afraid of utilizing the internet and getting online. They were afraid that their identities were going to be stolen. They were afraid that, somehow they were going to be scammed or something bad was going to happen. They were afraid of it. People said it was never going to take off. And look at the internet today. People are using it to watch their, TV. They're using it for everything. I mean, my kid, since he started school in kindergarten, has had a email account that he has had to have for school, right? So the internet has come such a long way and has become part of everyone's life. Crypto's no different. Everyone's afraid of it right now. All we have to do is open that door and start that conversation. And we feel like Apparition is going to do that. It is going to introduce us to, business people around the world that love the idea of our product, that love the way it works, love the app, and use it on a daily basis. And when they want to know more about what Apparition is, it's going to bring them the Heroes token and League of the Lost. And that's going to allow us to open up that conversation about what crypto is, about what to look for, how to be safe in the space, and introduce our project to them. And if they find value in the products that we're putting out there, they're going to find value in our crypto, in our token, in our NFTs. And it is going to encourage new investors into the space that may not have come in otherwise. One of the things that I just boggles me is a lot of projects, us included, right? Because I mean, you look at our NFTs. Once we mint out, we are doing an NFT marketplace as an added utility to our project. Well, that NFT marketplace is only going to be valid to people that are in this space. It doesn't incorporate new people. So what Apparition does is it does exactly that. It brings in people that may not have heard of crypto. They may know of crypto, but think it's a scam. But after they have a product that they're using on a daily basis and they want to know more about our company, they're going to go to our website. They're going to click on that Heroes LLC icon at the bottom of the My Apparition page, and they're going to come and see what good we have done, how much we have benefited worldwide charities, what our project is all about, what we stand for, what holding our token does, what holding an NFT does. And it allows them to join our community and ask those questions that they may not have even thought of entering into. But now that they have a product that they physically are holding and they have an app that they use on a regular basis, now that builds trust.
I said before, I think it's a fantastic idea, and one other thing is, like, I mean, I'm going to be using it for, I'm going to have it on my Twitter profile. So I don't use Linktree, to be honest with you, but what I have been thinking about setting up a Linktree for a while. So I'm probably just going to wait now, and I'm just going to use Apparition. And what everybody else needs to do is the same as what I'm going to do. Basically, if you do use Linktree or one of their competitors, get rid of them and just start using Apparition, and that is going to help our community, and because it's all about the community. That's the one thing about the Web3 sort of whole niche is it's all about community. The collections with the best communities do the best. The cryptocurrencies, not just the NFTs, but the tokens with the best communities, they're the ones that do the best. So everybody's got to pull together. When Apparition comes out, make sure that you're using Apparition. Get your your set of links or whatever you want to use it for. Put the link up on your bio, and that's going to help get the word out there quicker as well. So just a quick recap. I have had 2 people request, so I've done the screenshot already. We've got Craig Keith Faults. Just so you know, you need to be following me back if you'd be kind enough, because I tried to send you an emoji, but I can't do that because you're not following me. That was just to let you know that we've got you down as a winner. And the other one is Stacking Up. What's it? Stacking Ups. You are one of the others who have won as well. So, Scott, we are running out of time now. Do you want to? Is there anything else you want to tell people before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I want you to compare us to Linktree. When Apparition comes out, I want everybody to not give up your Linktree. Keep using it. I have a Linktree, right? I've been using it for quite a while, and I think it's a great tool. I want to know how our product compares and how we can improve. Because if we cannot improve on it to make it even better, then we're just going to fail. and we're not above constructive criticism. I want to know, right? So you get the app and you download it and you start using it and you're like, oh man, it's great this way, but it just doesn't have this. I want to hear about it. I want to know what it's missing because we can add it. And if it's missing something, or maybe it has something that nobody uses, and they're like, I don't know why you have that there. It's pointless. Maybe it's something we remove. But that's something that we're always open to. We love listening to our community. That's what took us to implement in token staking. Our community wanted staking. We looked at how to incorporate that within the project. We looked at the regulations that were involved and what that meant for us. And we felt like what we came up with was the easiest and best way to implement a staking format for our community. So when great ideas are shared, I write them down, we discuss it, and we evolve from that. And that's what every project should be doing, is they should be evolving in this space, not sitting idle. And we're not done. We're going to be evolving for years. But no, man, that's all I got. And I really appreciate everybody that showed up for this space. We love our community and we love the support that our community gives us.
I want to say a big shout out to MGBM Artworks and also Leah. I'm looking down, and Jay Thacker, basically, and Carlos X. There's a few people here that have been with us right from the start. So thanks, guys. Please stick with us. We need you. So hopefully we're going to be doing some more fantastic interviews along the way. And of course, we're going to be continuing to promote Scott and Heroes Token because we love them. So excited to see the launch of this new collection. We're excited to see how everything plays out. I'm excited to use Apparition. I just think the whole thing is going in the right direction, and I'm really excited to see if you think, if we jump 6 months ahead, where Heroes Token could potentially be is really exciting. So big thanks to you, Scott, for coming back on and all the support you've given the show. And I hope that we can do great things together in the future as well. So I'm going to wrap it up there. But what I did do is actually the two people that did, so Stacking Up and Craig, I just thought, just quickly, does anybody have any questions for Scott that you think maybe I haven't asked, or anything you'd like to ask? Craig, I did also approve you as a speaker. If you wanted to ask anything, now's your time. And if anybody else wants to ask anything, please send me a request. Is there anybody that wants to say anything or ask anything?
I just want to say how great this community is. Honestly, I joined not too long ago. Upon joining, they had a contest for a game. I ended up winning, and the payment was sent right away. I got a sick NFT. So happy with it. So happy with the way I've been treated there. Honestly, they make it rain all the time, constantly raining. So if you don't have CC Tip and you go there, download CC Tip and get rained on.
Okay, great. So Scott, we've got one other person. We've got MGBM Artworks. Did you want to say something quickly, brother?
Just saying, yeah, the project looks pretty sound. Obviously, looked around at the website, and yeah, it's the right sort of light. Obviously, the charity is something that obviously we all want to see. The game's extraordinary, so yeah, it's the best place. Obviously, it sounds to be. So I'll check out. I haven't seen a link to a Discord, but I can check through on the Telegram. So
there's in the post that you shared, actually, there's a link. I've said, I think, click this link to see the full video. If you click on that link, that should be an active invite, unless it might have expired. So if it has expired, obviously, everybody always go to the official links, which is it in your link tree at the moment, Scott?
No, the link is not expired. So that link is valid. We did actually find out that we had to change our link every 7 days, and I changed that. So that link is good indefinitely.
Awesome. So yeah, head over to the Heroes profile, and you'll be able to find the Discord. Or I'm pretty sure that the link in my post still works as well. So you've got two options there: the post that we've shared for the competition, or head over to the Heroes token profile. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's come. We've got 6 listeners that aren't actually on Twitter, so I've got no idea who you are. I want to say thanks for listening in to those people and everybody that's joined. I see some people have dropped out. I know there's a lot of other spaces going on at the same time. So, just thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for all the support. And we hope that Heroes Token is going to take us all to the moon. And we're all going to reap the benefits. I'm sure that we will, because Scott, he's got his head screwed on, as you can tell by listening to him. He knows what he's doing. And I think he's going to lead Heroes into great places. And I'm fully behind you, Scott. I really am. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming, and we'll wrap it up there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, take care, guys. Because it's recording, I'm just going to end this. But one thing I will say just very quickly is look out for the post I'm about to put up, because there's still 2 people that are up for prize grabs. So 2 people have won. Just quickly to reconfirm that, and that's stacking up. Does that... and Craig Keith as well. So Craig, you've both won. We need to check your profiles. One thing I will say is if you've both specified the same token, I'm going to ask you just one of you to choose a different, because we're only giving 1 bag of each away. So I'll have to check that in a second. I'll send the details across to Scott, and he will liaise directly with you on how to receive that. And then, yeah, guys, so there's still 2 more prizes to give away. There's 1 bag of tokens, and there's going to be an NFT to give away as well. Don't forget that Series 1 NFT will turn into a Genesis, and that Genesis will then allow you to get the airdrops of all the future ones as well. So it's a fantastic prize, perhaps better than the crypto, in fact. So what I'll do is, if you just give me 10 minutes, I'll put that post up. Please, all of you share it, even if you might not want to win. And I'll remind you in the post how to win. But what we're asking is to come up with an idea or a use case for apparition that we might not have already discussed. If you can think of something funny, great. Keep it fairly clean, though, please. This is a family show, and anything sort of sensible as well, like using it for your pets, etc. And we'll see what the best ones are, and hopefully that will get this product in front of the people that really will benefit from using it, and in turn that's gonna help Heroes Token as a whole. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for coming, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me back.
No,
and
always
one
a pleasure,
last thing, we have a buy contest right now that you could have a 1 in 20 chance of winning. All you got to do is enter a position in Heroes, either on the BNB or East side, of $200 or more, and hold that bag till the end of the contest. Once we hit 100 contestants, we are going to give those prizes, and they're real world prizes, all except for the 5th one, I think, is the NFT. So just wanted to put a shout out for that. And again, thank you all, and I hope to see you in our Telegram. If any of the winners hit me up, it may be a little while till after I'm done with my next AMA till I get back to you, but I will definitely hook you guys up. All right. Thank you.
So everybody, in half an hour, Scott's going to be doing another AMA, and it will probably be much more in depth than this, because it's going to be a video AMA. And the thing is, we had a bit of a time limit problem, because obviously the AMA that's following. So I'm sure the next one will be more in depth. So make sure you head over to check that out. And that is with Destination DeFi. That's right, Scott?
Yep, that's Darren with Destination DeFi. He's sponsored by Jigsaw, which we do their talent shows every Saturday night. So if anyone's available on a Saturday night and want to just cut loose and have fun, we have a great time. We had an awesome time last night where we actually had a few people go into a public place, and they were all with their families, but they didn't tell their families what they were doing. They had to pinch their nose and sing "I'm a Little Teapot," and it was classic hearing the responses of their family. Like, what are you doing? But a few of those people walked away with prizes, whether it was ETH, BNB, or NFTs from various projects. So we always like to have fun in this space too.
Stacking Up, you've just requested to speak again.
Yeah.
Did you want to ask? Did you want to ask something quickly,
Well, I was
brother?
going to mention the that talent show yesterday. I don't know if he remembers, but I was the one that went. You had to hold your nose and do the teapot song. I don't know if you remember. I was the winner of that one.
I do. He was literally driving home. He's like, I'm pulling in the driveway now. Hold on, hold on. And he got out of his car and he walked into his living room and he heard his family, like, he's calling them all. He's like, hey, guys, get in here. And then all of a sudden he just goes for it. It was great.
Yeah, they thought I was nuts.
I need to listen back to this. This is on your YouTube channel, right?
No, it's a Twitter space that is held by Jigsaw every Saturday night.
Scott, can somebody put the post up somewhere so that I can listen to that?
It's not recorded.
Oh no, you missed Comedy Gold.
Thankfully.
Oh,
Yeah, it's to reserve the things that happen in that space. So what happens in the Saturday night space stays in the Saturday night space.
awesome. I think I am going to steal that idea though. I'm going to do some. Yeah, I'm going to do this in one of the spaces in the future, maybe to try and decide one of the winners. Because one of the things we've done previously was do like rock paper scissors, and we had a fantastic response to it, but it just took forever. I think it went on for about 2 hours, and obviously people get bored after a while. But that was fun. That was really good fun as well. But it sounds like this this song "Holding Your Nose" is a lot of laughs, right? Stacking Up, so you got your hand up one more time. Go for it, brother.
Yeah, another good thing they were on there 2 weeks in a row. The week before that, I think Heroes did the whistle song. Whoever could whistle the best song. I mean, the way he comes up with ideas with the giveaways, it's kind of cool.
Loving it, loving it. Unfortunately, we didn't do something really cool tonight. I apologise about that, but I think the way I did it was quite fair. And obviously, what we want to do is raise product awareness for for Apparition. So we let's get that video seen by as many people as possible. So yeah, let's get some good replies on there, good comments to come up with ideas for use cases for it, and then and make sure you retweet it, etc. So just look out for that. That will be coming in the next 10 minutes or so. That is it now, guys. I want to thank you one more time for coming. Scott, good luck with your next AMA in half an hour. I will be there to support you. I won't be able to speak, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope everybody else gets a chance to listen to that as well. So thank you very much. Take care, guys. I'm terminating it here. Bye bye.